Guys, it's time to do something we should have done 4 months ago, aka back on July 27th, 2019. Yes, something I should have done on July 27th, 2019 for a Saturday Stories. If you are completely confused from what I'm about to tell you, let me just tell you right now. Back on July 27th, 2019, which was part of the New York trip, on that very day, I was supposed to make a Saturday Stories all about the 2018 Zoys Lab events. Well, it looks like I forgot about that for over 4 months, and today I am finally here to present that to you. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to access the lab in this video, mainly because it is actually really late, aka 10:30 at night. And I'm pretty sure I do not want to open up the lab at this time. And also, if I even did, I would probably not even be able to get in right now. So, who cares? Honestly, I don't really think we're gonna need the lab, even though for the first 3 stories of this, we have needed the lab. But I don't think we'll need it this time, only just because I do have all of the footage for all the events on my channel, basically, and this should actually be pretty easy, just because, well, there's not as many events that happened in 2018 other than from 2017, which we did the 2017 ones all the way back on freaking July 20th. July 20th! That is over 4 months ago. Can you believe it is taking me over 4 months to finally tell you this? Well, look, I know all of you know about the 2018 lab events. However, for those who are new to this channel, I will eventually tell you them right now. But you still can go check out all of the old 2018 lab events in the Zoys Lab 2 and free playlist. Now remember, both Zoys Lab 2 updates and Zoys Lab 3 updates are both in completely separate playlists. So don't think that they're combined into both one playlist. No, they're both in 2 separate playlists. There's one playlist for Zoys Lab 2 updates, and then there's another playlist for the Zoys Lab 3 updates. So that's if you are easily confused. Anyway, with all that being said, let's finally get into this. I cannot believe I forgot to do this 4 months ago. Let's change that now. Oh man! Oh, actually, before we officially get started, do you remember this? Yeah, that was 2 years ago today, you guys. I know I already mentioned it in today's Minecraft Creations episode, but I just wanted to mention it one more time. I cannot believe it was 2 years ago today that everything in Zoys Lab 2 was, like, erased. and then it took me 5 days to rebuild everything. Yeah, I cannot believe that that was 2 years ago today. That everything in ZL2 got erased, and then it took us 5 days to, like, rebuild the whole thing. Oh! Glad we don't have to do that now.
Remember when the lab was destroyed on November 23rd, 2017 and said it was the end? Well, now take a look at it.
So yeah, just wanted to bring that up. Oh, and speaking of that sign you just saw, let me just give you a hint. It's still there today! Exactly 2 years later. So guys, without further ado, we can now get into it. I just wanted to address that for at least a few seconds. Starting off the year, we have the New Year's Party 2018. It started on December 28th, 2017 and came to an end on January 4th, 2018. So, of course, the whole purpose of this event was to obviously celebrate the start of 2018, which is over a year ago, and it was actually really cool, and there was even a full version of it, which I'll show you right now. So, yep, here's the full version of it back on January 1st of that year. Yep. It was a really cool thing. It was pretty small, but I guarantee you it was actually really cool. So now, considering the facts, yep, that's kind of how it looked. And it was really awesome. So, yep, again, the whole purpose was just to celebrate the start of 2018. The only room that was decorated was, of course, the lab roof. And this was still during the snowstorm of 2017, which came after Christmas. With that being said, let's move on to the next event of the year, which is the second event of the year. The next event of 2018, being the second event of the year, I'm pretty sure you would have already guessed this, it was the 3rd anniversary party of Zoi's Lab. The whole reason this party was held was to obviously celebrate the 3-year anniversary since Zoi's Lab was originally created back on January 15th, 2015. In 2018, it was 3 years on that day since the lab was officially created, and the whole series of it began as a whole. Now, a lot of rooms were decorated in this party, and many items were given out throughout the entire party. The event began on January 4th and ended on January 31st. So it went for pretty much 3 weeks. And the color scheme for this party was blue and black. And, well, basically it was lapis and coal. And, yep, that was a little color scheme for this thing. And, of course, there was a number 3 because it was 3 years since Zoi's Lab was created originally. And it was actually really cool. And it was super awesome. So, yep. And now, many of the rooms were done like past designs. So, here's some of them. On the roof, it was the Festival of Snow 2016. In January 2016. And, yep, that's what it looked like. Next up, the Secret Halloween room was even brought back in this party. And it was absolutely amazing. So, yeah. And I think this was actually the second time that it was not brought back during a Halloween party, which was amazing. The meeting room was the Summer Party 2017. The sheep rooms unfortunately had nothing. The underground party room here looked like this, which was amazing. The lab hallway looked like the way it was from 2016. The TV and game room looked like the way it was from the TV and game room opening party from June 2015. And then the library looked like the Halloween Party 2016. And that was awesome. The It looked like all these rooms. It looked awesome. The next event of the year was Operation Dome. Now, only considering the fact we just had this event on Legos Island only a month ago, pretty much still surprises me, as we did have it at the lab over a year ago, in February 2018. The whole purpose this event happened was Evil Chief Leader wanted to trap the lab inside a dome. However, of course, this was obviously not the first time he did it. The first time he ever did it was back in March 2016. But after, well, basically, he did not want to hold another war as he knew he would lose again, so he decided to change it up and just put a dome over the lab. It took over 3 weeks to get out of the dome, and various missions happened during it. There were missions every 3 days, and it was actually really cool, every 3 to 4 days. And basically what you had to do is you had to go inside the base and complete various challenges in order to save the lab and get the dome out. So, with that being said, over time during the event, the lab kept changing. Meaning Evil Chief Leader kept taking over things, and the lab kept getting darker and darker as time went on. Each week, the lab would keep getting darker and darker till there was no light left. And that was pretty scary. The event started on February 4th and came to an end on February 25th. This was absolutely huge. Also in this event, ESL's new base was introduced, which is the one that still lives today, and is always going to be his base forever in the lab unless it actually gets destroyed again. Or even more saying, because of what happened 2 years ago today, corrupted. But I don't think we'll ever be seeing a corruption anytime soon, unlike what we had 2 years ago today. So yeah, anyway. Yep. ESL's Base was also officially reintroduced into this event, and yeah, here were some of the phases that happened during the event. And then we'll move on to the next one. Oh, and did I mention that each week also, the dome kept getting bigger and bigger? And again, also, some of the lights went off. Here is what I'm really talking about. So yes, as you can see, over time, things kept getting darker and darker and more evil. As you can see, various lights kept going off throughout the event, and eventually by the 3rd week, all of the lights were off. It was pretty scary. Here's what some of the second phase looked like, and over time, ESL kept invading the HQ as well, making it turn into his. It was actually pretty crazy. And I absolutely just... it was absolutely amazing how all this went out. And, yeah, here's a few more screenshots of Phase 2. Yep, over time it kept getting darker and darker. On the 1st week, all the lights were visible, but on the 2nd week, some lights started to get turned off like that. And it's just really crazy just to believe of that. So yep, over time, more and more lights kept getting turned off, till eventually on the 3rd week, no lights were on at all. And this is what it looked like on week 3. I'm not even joking when I say this. On week 3, as you can clearly see, no light was visible in the lab. And this is when the dome was officially in full effect. This was at the point where you could literally not see a thing. And even if you tried to see anything in the lab, basically all you could see was nothing. Nothing at all. Even by going down to the lab, as you can see by phase 3 of all the screenshots and footage, all this footage is by me, of course, because, well, I show you the lab around here. So yeah, of course, all the footage you're seeing in this video is by me. You know, which is all this Operation Dome footage, alongside the 3rd anniversary and New Year's party stuff. Just letting you know. Yep, this is literally how the lab looked. It was actually pretty dark. And it's actually really cool. And this is how the dome looked like overall. I'm definitely not doing another dome in Bedrock ever again, because that took so long to clean up on the 25th. And even during this on phase 3, a secret tunnel was put in just so we could officially get over to his base. And by the way, as of this very update, the pathway to the base was finally created. And that staircase right there, that is still there today alongside this huge pathway. It is all still there today and will always remain there forever. This event was an absolute success. I honestly don't know if we're doing this again, but if we do, it would actually be really cool. If we don't, then that's okay, because I don't think I want to have another dome over the lab again. Alright, on to the next event. Man, that was a lot to tell about this one. Now, before you ask, yes, we did have a Valentine's Day party, although it was very small, and this is kind of what it looked like. And yep, there were many items that were available during this party. It actually did not go for that long, but this is actually footage of me actually getting rid of it. There were not really that many decorations. The only decorations were actually outside. And yep, there was this stuff, and all these items were absolutely amazing. Farshi was here to actually hold the event, which was actually really cool. The event started, I believe, if I can remember, I'm trying to remember, I think it was like, hold on. I don't remember if the date actually was visible in this one. Oh, hold on a second. Let's see if I can actually get footage of the date really quick. Okay, yes, I think I got footage now of this. So how long was this? Okay, February 12th through 16th. So basically February 12th through 17th. So yep, there was the, I think that was a splash potion of healing, I believe. Or actually, I think this regeneration potion or something. The magenta shirt, and then the red shirt, and then the rose red. And again, Farshi was there to hold the event. Aside from that, that's it for this. This next event is kind of unexpected, and it was the Dig Out the Lab event 2. The reason why I say 2 is because, well, the lab got buried in snow again. But it was even worse than last time. The whole purpose this happened was because after escaping the dome that ESL made, he wanted revenge on us and decided to bury the entire lab in snow for the second time. So, basically, yeah, and I think I forgot to add this in the story of ESL, I believe. I know, I forgot about that. I think I did. Yeah, March 3rd through the 17th is when this all happened, so the event began on March 3rd and came to an end on March 17th. So, yep, over time, the lab kept getting unburied, and it was actually really cool. It did take a while to unbury everything, but it was really cool overall. So, a lot of the lab was covered in snow, and it was actually really cool. So, let me show you the footage really quick. Assuming I can even have that pulled up. There we go. So basically the whole lab looked like a mountain of snow because it was all covered. And it was actually really cool. So yeah, basically we had to uncover the lab over time. And many rooms, like pretty much the entire lab was all covered in snow. So yeah, like the whole lab was all covered in snow. And it was not even a joke. It's all true. So yep, that's literally how it went. And yep. So yep, as you can see, the entire lab was again all covered in snow. And it looked super cool. And I just absolutely love all this. So yep, the whole lab was all covered in snow. And it actually looked really cool, even though it did take us a while to actually clean it all up. So yep, It did take us a while to clean up all the snow, but we managed to do it a lot. Like, not really that long, actually. Didn't really take us that long to really uncover all the snow. I mean, most of the snow was pretty much, like, dug out around, like, over the month of March, and it actually got finished in April, and it was actually pretty bad. So, yeah. As you can see, a lot of it actually did happen, which is why this happened basically because ESLs got revenge on us. And that's why this whole thing happened in the first place. It's really big, and I honestly really hope that this doesn't happen again. Although, if this does happen again, then, well, you can expect the lab to see what it looks like what it is today. Well, in this event, basically. Because if this lab does get covered in snow again, it will take a long time to clean it up again. And if this does happen after the Christmas party, I would not be surprised. Because if it already happened after the Christmas party in 2017, I am pretty sure it's going to probably happen again after the Christmas party of 2019. But that's only my guess. Aside from that, let's move on to the next event. Actually, one update. The lab did get unburied a little. And, yep. See, look at this. The lab did get unburied a little. And, yep, that's one major update. And also, this was part of the St. Patrick's Day party, which we're going to get to right now. So, yes, the St. Patrick's Day party 2018. This was next on our little thing here, you know, the event. And, yeah. So, the St. Patrick's Day Party 2018, let's first off be clear, it was all over the lab. As you can see, there's still some snow remaining over time. And, yep, this was really, really, really cool. And on March 17th, the snow thing was completed. So, yep. Yeah, with that being said, it was actually really cool. So it was really cool just to see how the whole lab was decorated for St. Patrick's Day, alongside Pi Day. So I believe this event went from March 14th through the 18th, meaning it only lasted like 4 days or something. I don't know. I honestly can't remember. But it was really cool how this all went down. And yep, this is also when half of the lab was unburied. And yes, that even included the Pi Day party too, which I think went only from March 14th through 15th. And the only items available were all these just random green items. So yep, March 14th through 18th, I was correct. Yep, many items came out during this event, and the whole lab was decorated for green, and also the Pi Day party was really cool too. And of course, the Pi Day banner was available during that. So yep, it was really, really, really awesome just to see how this all turned out, and I absolutely loved both. Let's move on to the next event. Looks like I forgot to add something into the ZL2 playlist. Yes! Yep, I gotta add that into the playlist right now. Dad. But, one more thing regarding the snow update. So, yep. Yep, one more thing regarding the snow update. It was finally complete after like 2 weeks. And yeah, it was super cool. Anyway, yeah. Let's get back to what we're really doing. So, yep. that's literally how it looked, and it was really, really, really cool. So yeah. So yeah, that's all really, really, really cool. Anyway, yeah, I love all that. The next event in 2018 was the Festival of Snow 2018. The event started on March 18th and came to an end on April 1st. April 1st. Although some of it was actually still there until April 7th. But technically it actually really ended on April 1st. So, there were many ice sculptures all around the lab just because of that. And you never know, we might have another Festival of Snow probably in 2020. I don't know. Maybe even in this December, maybe. If we're bored. Yeah, maybe if we're bored and don't want to wait too long for the Christmas event, I guess we could have ice sculptures while we wait, maybe. Maybe that's a late December thing. I don't know. We'll see. Really, aside from that, many ice sculptures were placed all over the lab and was absolutely amazing. And I love all of it. So, yeah. This event featured a lot and was super cool. So, yep, there was the dates right there. And, yep. So, yep. Again, all ice sculptures were featured around the lab. And it made it look really, really, really cool at the end. If the lab office, as you could have seen by now, was turned into a complete ice castle, making it look like this. I might do this again for if we do it in December or January of next year. Yep, that was all really cool. And it looked really, really, really awesome. Now, the rest of the ice sculptures were hid in part 2 of this video. So let me show you that. Basically, the whole lab pretty much all looked like ice, and it was really, really, really cool. So, yeah. More ice sculptures all over the lab, and it was absolutely amazing just to see. So, with that being said, that's actually kind of it for this event now. You can still go watch the video for yourself if you want, because it's awesome. For now, though, next up is the April Fool's and Easter event. This event began on April 1st and came to an end on April 8th. Of course, since April Fool's Day and Easter were both on the same day as each other last year, we had to combine both into one event. And you guessed it by now, it was true. So, yep. Both of them were combined, and it was absolutely amazing. So, yep. That's what we did for Easter. We had a bunch of bunny pens, and it was absolutely amazing what happened. And, yeah. I literally showcased this party literally on the last day of it. For some reason. I don't know why I showcased it on the last day, but okay. Yep, it was super cool just to see how all this went. And, yep. Anyway. Moving on. Yep, the whole lab looked pretty wacky and stuff. And it was all super cool. So, with that being said, this party was actually really cool. Honestly, I think this year's was better than last year's, only just because, well, I honestly don't know. But it was still really cool having to combine both into one event. Mainly only just because we don't really get to do that as much. But since this month's current event in November 2019 combines two events, it honestly can be really worth it. with that being said, that is all. Let's move on to the next event. The next event in the lab was the UFO Rebuild Party. It started on April 10th and came to an end on April 24th. The whole purpose of this event was to, well, you guessed it, rebuild the UFO, seeing as it was corrupted back on November 23rd, 2017, aka 2 years ago today. So, yep, we had to go back in time, or, more importantly, into the future to find all the UFO pieces to rebuild the UFO. And, to be honest, it was a really huge success, and I honestly am so glad we did this because it actually did help us rebuild the UFO. It was super cool, and I don't think we're going to be doing this ever again because, well, actually, as of right now, we are actually currently in the process of actually fixing the UFO right now during the UFO party in present day, so it's up to in November 2019. A new video about that will actually be out soon, hopefully in the next few days. Maybe even tomorrow. Who knows? But, I'll do that. Anyway, let me show you. So yes, it was true. We did have to go back in time and even into the future to actually officially dig out all the pieces. It's actually crazy. And let me pull up the actual footage. So yes, we did have to dig various holes in the prehistoric and future worlds to find all the UFO pieces. It was a huge success. With that being said, there's still another part of this party. Let me show you that right now. Yep, it was this. So, with that being said, it was really cool. And there was a celebration party starting on the on like the 17th or something. And somehow it went all the way to like, well actually, unknown fact, I'm actually wrong about the dates. It actually started on April 10th and actually came to an end. My bad, I forgot to say this. Sorry about this, I just miscorrected the dates. Make that April 10th to May 1st. My bad on miscorrecting the dates right there. I was still trying to figure out its original dates, but I forgot that it actually went all the way till May 1st. So my bad for actually miscorrecting. Basically, it was originally supposed to end on April 24th, but somehow went to May 1st. And it actually was really cool. So the celebration party actually went for 2 weeks, ending on May 1st. And still was a success. Now then, we can move on to the next event, which is Lab of Doom. So yep, this celebration party was to celebrate us finally finishing up the UFO. And, yep, it was awesome. And yeah, with that being said, let's move on to the next event. I'm pretty sure you guys know exactly what the next event was. Oh yes! It was Lab of Doom 2018. Now, this Lab of Doom was a lot more intense than the previous, and let me tell ya, I honestly think it was. The reason why I say it was super intense was mainly due to the fact that a lot more happened in this Lab of Doom than previous. For one, a lot more destruction in this one. And yes, I was just checking notifications there. Anyway. Because I had like 2 of them. Anyway. A lot more happened in this event. It started on May 1st and came to an end on June 3rd. So, yep, that was really cool. And, yep, let me show you all the phases right now. So, the first phase was the firebomb. And you know the deal by now. Every single week, for 5 weeks, new attacks would have came. So first up was the firebomb. It damaged the it damaged the lab office pretty badly, I meant to say. Sorry. It damaged the lab pretty badly, and let me tell you, it actually really was bad. But the second phase was even worse. I'll show you that right now. Wait, I want to show you a tiny bit more of the first phase. So yep, the lab looked pretty much completely wrecked. And yeah, now we can move on to the second one. The second one was worse than the first. If you thought the first phase of Lab Doom 2018 was bad, oh, yeah, this one was even worse. The thing is, the underwater tank, let's be honest, I don't know if I want to say this, but it was really bad. And over time, basically what happened was the lab kept getting more and more damaged due to the water. And we eventually did have to dig a tunnel to actually get down there, seeing as the lab was completely flooded. Now, as you can see, this is basically what Phase 2 remained like. Again, each week, it kept getting more and more and more damage to the fact that pretty much the entire lab was completely destroyed. And let me tell you, it was really messed up. So, with that being said, yep, that was literally the second phase on May 8th, 2018. With that being said, yep, that's it for Phase 2. But again, over time, the lab kept getting more and more and more destroyed, aka the lab office. Yep, and we did have to build a tank over so it wouldn't get all completely destroyed. So that's one thing you probably might have noticed by now. With that being said, let's move on to the third one. The third one was not as bad as the second one, but was still pretty bad. The thing is, Phase 3 actually got the idea for Evil Clux making Operation Dome. See, the thing is, I'm pretty sure what happened was, I think after Phase 3, after what Evil Clux saw Phase 3 of this, I'm pretty sure that's when he got the idea to actually make Operation Dome or something. Look, I don't know. But speaking of Dome, that was Phase 3 of Lab of Doom 2018. See, look, it's actually true when you see it. And it's not even a joke. Like, it's true. And this was also on May 15th, 2018. As this was week 3 of Lab of Doom 2018. So, yep. That was cool. But first, before I show you the next one, let's actually see if I can actually get the screenshot here. Yep! This was Phase 3 right here. And let me tell you, it was pretty crazy. So this was the dome, which again I think got the idea for Operation Dome on LI probably, after Evil Clux probably saw this. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure this is what he inspired me to do for Operation Dome or something. I don't know. But yep, this is literally how the dome looked for Phase 3. Looked pretty bad. And yeah, it was a lot more crazier than you'd think. And with that being said, that is it for Phase 3. Moving on to Phase 4. On May 22nd, 2018, I'm pretty sure you can guess what the next one was. It was, well, I'm pretty sure you can guess. The TNT bomb. See, look, this one was a lot more destructive. And if I gotta say it, it was. It was really, really, really destructive. See, I'm not really meant for actually destroying anything in the lab, which, let's face it, nothing should ever be destroyed in the lab. Although, considering the fact the lab is technically getting destroyed right now as we speak, because of Operation ESL, which will be showcased soon. But, first off, to be honest, why would we go this crazy of ever destroying the lab, like you can see here in the footage? See, the TNT bomb, who knows why that became a reality again after the previous Lab of Doom. It just did. And somehow, as you probably can see in the footage, it looked pretty bad. Meaning, considering the fact, Phase 4 was a lot more destructive than the other two. And let me tell you, if we ever decide to do this ever again for Phase 4, or any other phase of Lab Doom in general, which unfortunately I also want to first off inform you, unfortunately the TNT bomb is actually one of the attacks in Operation ESL, so unfortunately we are actually going to have to see this again in at least only a few weeks. Why? But in actual seriousness. Yep. So basically, Snowland got all blown up in Phase 4, which is why it took a long time for it to actually get fixed. Which is probably why you saw in various episodes of Season 7, of Season 6, that you probably saw that Snowland was currently being worked on and getting fixed. But enough about that. Let's move on to Phase 5. If you thought Phase 4 is bad, Phase 5 is even worse. See, the thing is, on Phase 5, ESL decided to hack all the beacons in the underground party room to make it match its colors of black and red. So it was actually pretty crazy, and this is actually not really as bad of a phase as any of the other ones, just only because it's just only him hacking the beacons just to make it its colors, although technically, I guess in true reality, I guess this would make him full control of the lab. And yeah, I honestly would have to admit, I think it would actually be true. So, yep, the beacons were hacked in Phase 5, but it's not really that bad of a attack or something. I'm not sure how to call it or anything, but if I were to call it anything, it would actually be a pretty bad attack, but I'm not sure. This was Phase 5 on May 29th, and it was actually pretty cool, even though it was him hacking all the beacons in the lab. So yeah, with that being said, that is pretty much it for Phase 5, and on Phase 6, let me show you, we defeated him. So basically, this was on June 3rd of 2018, and yeah, by the end of this, Evil Sheep Leader was defeated, and also Rose Crystal did help me alongside this, which was actually really cool. So yeah, I'll see you next year. Then he said, then vanished. So yeah. And yes, because there was Lab Doom the next year. And yeah, that's it for Lab Doom 2018. Moving on to the next event. The next event in Zoazap 2 for 2018 was, well, the event we're holding on LI right now. The Rainbow Party! Yep. The event we're holding on LI right now, which is the Rainbow Party, which was the Rainbow Party 2018, here on Zoazap 2. The event started on June 7th and ended on the 28th. Basically, I filmed this like 2 days before it ended because I couldn't get into the lab almost the entire event. And yes, what you're seeing in the footage right now we'll get to in just a minute, but first, let's focus on the Rainbow Party. So, the main purpose of the Rainbow Party was actually to introduce a permanent room on the lab, which is the Rainbow Cloud, which still remains in the lab today and is permanent. The thing is, I don't think this Rainbow Party actually offered as much as the previous years. Okay, I'm actually wrong. It actually featured way more than other Rainbow Parties we did in the lab. See, I'm not known for actually saying that, even though all the Rainbow Parties actually did feature a lot. But if I have to say right now, this one did feature a lot more than previous Rainbow Parties. Although I think the 2019 one actually featured a lot more, as we actually had a lot more colors. And by the way, I will make an entire Saturday stories about the 2019 lab events as soon as it turns 2020, basically on the first Saturday of 2020. I'll tell you guys all the 2019 lab events, basically. I don't know. Yeah, on the first Saturday of 2020, which is January 4th, I'll tell you all the 2019 lab events, by the way. Aside from that, the whole lab was all rainbow themed, and it was actually really, really cool. And, yeah, it was awesome. So, yep, like the whole lab was rainbow themed. Although I don't think the downstairs was rainbow themed, I'm pretty sure the only rooms that were actually rainbow themed only consisted of the outside, lab office, the roof, and, well, I think that was actually it. So every 2 days, new items unlocked in the event, and it was actually really, really cool. Wait, is that still true? Yeah, every 2 days, items would unlock to various colors, and it was actually really, really cool. This was also at the time that we were still rebuilding the lab after Lab of Doom, so yeah, that's a little fun fact. But yep, the whole lab was rainbow themed and was an absolute success, and I absolutely loved every bit of it. Now, the rainbow during this party that you can see in the footage still remains in Zola's App 2 today and is a permanent addition of the lab alongside the rainbow cloud, which is why you still see it today in present-day CL2. So with that being said, this party mainly introduced the rainbow cloud, which was pretty much the main purpose of that rainbow party for the year. So, with that being said, there's not really anything else to talk about this party. So with that being said, let's move on to the next event, which was the... Oh, wait, actually, the UFO was actually decorated. Yeah, the UFO was actually decorated in this party. Yeah, there we go. UFO was decorated. Alright, the next event in ZL2, which actually was the last one before it was temporarily shut down / corrupted, because it got corrupted in August 2018. So, yeah. I'll talk about that in just a second. But first, before we talk about that, because that did happen later on, after this event, the next event of Zola's App 2 in 2018, which actually, we're almost starting to get near to the end here, as not really much happened after ZL2 got corrupted, only a month later. So we're actually kind of getting near the end, actually. Just a little point right there. So what happened next was the, okay, now I found the name. It was the Water Party 2018, the new summer. That was a really cool name that I came out with. So, oh my god, 11:37 p.m.? How is it already that late? The event started on July 5th, and it was originally supposed to end on July 26th. However, I actually forgot to go onto the lab to take it down, so it actually ended on July 30th. I'm pretty sure you can guess. As I was saying, I'm pretty sure you can all guess what this event actually had to offer. It was a summer party, however, with a twist. Instead of it being fully a summer event, it was actually more, well, actually, the event technically was a summer party, but mainly it mostly consisted of water. And, yep, that's literally the whole point of it. It was a summer party. However, it had a twist with water instead. So mainly all the rooms looked like the water theme. And we did have another water party literally the next year, but that was in Zola's App 3. And we'll talk about that another time when I reveal the 2019 events at the beginning of 2020. But, yep, the entire lab pretty much looked like the water themed. There was a huge water slide, and actually, known fact, there were many water-themed rides, again, such as a water slide, and like, a water ride, like a waterlog ride over there. Yep, it was a really cool event, and there were items that unlocked, I think, like every 2 to 3 days or something, I don't know. Oh, and yes, as you probably can already have noticed by the footage, as you can clearly see, the entire lab downstairs technically was flooded with water, although not completely to the part where the whole lab was flooded. I mean, yeah, there was some parts that were, but I can't say it completely. So yeah, basically the whole lab did have some water in them, and it was actually really cool. Now, although in the first video I made for this, not all the rooms were complete, but most of them were, and yeah, it was actually really cool. So yeah, the whole lab was a complete water theme, mainly twisted in with summer, but it was an absolute huge success. Like I said earlier, this was the last event in Zola's App 2 until March 2019. This was due to Zola's App 2 getting corrupted on August 9th, 2018. which we officially lost it for 7 months straight, not getting it back until March 17th, 2019. Yep, this was the last event in Zoazap 2 until March 2019 because of the corruption in August 2018. So yeah, for the rest of the year, we actually had to coincide with Zoazap 3, which made us bring back Zoazap 3 for good, and still remains today. So, with that being said, let's move on to the next event. And yeah, with that being said, well, let's do it. But one more screenshot of this. Oh, and here's screenshots of some of the other rooms I forgot to show you. Yep, there we go. Anyway, oh, and also let me show you the footage of us losing the lab.
Let's go into here and go on to Rose Crystal's laptop, because that's obviously where the lab world is located. And let's see. Oh no! It's gone! No! It's gone! The lab's gone! No! Is it really actually gone? No, let's check all these other worlds. Guys, it's gone forever!
Yep, this is no joke. We lost the lab on August 9th, 2018, and we did not see it again until March 17th, 2019. Meaning we went 7 months without seeing Zoazap 2. This is now we remained to Zoazap 3. Take a look. In total, the lab lasted from September 29, 2015 to August 9, 2018, which is how long it got before it was completely erased from existence, but then eventually came back in March 2019. On August 10, 2018, I showed you around the official Zoazap 3 grand opening party. Technically, it started on August 9th and ended on the 12th. Yep, basically, I did have to record this all on my phone, which is why you can see the footage. And it was pretty crazy, to be honest. Going around the whole thing, it was actually pretty crazy. And it was honestly a really cool way just to celebrate the opening of the new Zoazap 3 after Zoazap Lab 2 got corrupted only just a few days before. So, with that being said, for the rest of this video, we now move on to Zoazap 3. And to be honest, let's be clear, not too much else happened in 2018, pretty much after Zoazap 2 got corrupted. So there's not much else to really talk about in 2018. But I guess I could really tell you more. So, yep, that's kind of what happened. This was an absolute success. So, yep, there's not really much about the grand opening party, aside from the fact that, well, it's a true thing. But aside from the fact that this party was true, yeah. Anyway, you can still go watch this video for yourself if you want. You know, before I eventually decide to, if I accidentally do delete this video off my channel, this video that you're seeing the footage in, I'm probably just going to download it onto my computer, alongside all the other ones if I decide to accidentally delete them. Yeah, you can still go watch this video if you want. It's amazing. Aside from that, that's really it. So let's move on to the next event. The next event was actually, known fact, surprise, it was the Old Memories Party. The event started on August 15th, I believe. Yeah, I think August 15th. 2018. if I'm not completely confused, did this actually start on August 18th? No, August 15th? Okay. So basically, this obviously showcased memories from after Zoa's App 2 got corrupted. No, like this showcased memories from Zoa's App 2 before it got corrupted. So, yep. Yep, evil seat leader. Ha! What a coincidence. But yep, this showcased memories from Zoa's App 2 before it got corrupted on August 9th. And yep, it was actually really, really, really cool. So, without further ado, yep, various memories. Yeah, that was only like a week ago, almost. So, yep. And then there's the corruption from 2 years ago today. By the way, it's like now like 11:50 at night. So, yeah. Yeah, that's really cool. Aside from that, yep, there were many old memories, such as ESL, the 1 year anniversary of Zoa's 2 itself, I believe. The UFO, Evil Sheet Leader, and the lab corruption. So yeah, that's all really, really, really cool. So with that being said, yeah, that's kind of it for the old memories party. I think it went from like August 15th all the way to like the 31st or something. It was originally supposed to go away on like the 22nd, I believe, of August, but hey, can't have everything. So, yep. I don't think we're going to have another old memories party ever again unless we lose another lab. Which technically the whole purpose of the old memories parties is actually only supposed to be held if we actually lose something like the Zoa's App 3 or something, or Zoa's App 2. Which we probably should have had an old memories party after like we probably should have had one like after bringing back Zoa's App 2 or something. So yeah. But hey, I don't know. It was still cool anyway. Aside from that, the next events in 2018, let me show you the footage, because it's actually really freaking cool. It was the 2-year anniversary party since we started the Big Brother series. And it was really, really cool. Yeah, we did various things during this party. It started on September 4th and came to an end on, well, I think it was the 18th? I don't remember. But this party did go for a lot. It was just only celebrate the 2-year anniversary of me and Roscoe still starting the Big Brother series. So that was really cool. So yeah. Anyway, not really much happened during this party, actually. Let's be clear here. I don't think really that much happened during this party. Aside from us celebrating 2 years of the series. That was really cool. And yeah, it was awesome. I loved celebrating the 2-year anniversary of the series. I'm glad we did something to celebrate 3 years this year, even though it was not even an episode. But it was still really cool overall. Aside from that, though, we did do a few things for this party. Regarding lists, if it was very small, honestly, don't really care if it was that small. So yeah. And by the way, when I showcased this party, it was like the half-hour special. It was also the first ever video of mine, not to include the watermark. On my videos, the Bandicam watermark. This was also the first ever video to not include it, which was amazing. So yeah. That's really cool though. yeah, anyway, aside from that, this party was really cool. Again, the main purpose was only just to celebrate 2 years of the Big Brother series on our channels. So, with that being said, not really much else to talk about in this party, so let's move on to the next one. The next party should have been pretty obvious to you guys considering the fact. It was the Halloween Party 2018. However, this time, I got a little creative and decided to actually do something instead. I decided to combine both. I actually decided to combine in the fair with the Halloween party, just to make it a little more interesting. The event started on October 6th and came to an end. Actually, a fun fact, the party actually was not even on during Halloween. Well, actually, a little known fact, I think this party actually went from October 6th to November 9th. Although technically the world, technically for Zoazap 3, the original, the one we replaced Zoazap 2 with, I think the world stopped loading on October 29th, which then caused us not to complete the Halloween party. Well, okay. I'm getting kind of confused here. Let's just say October 6th through November 9th. Okay, clear. So this Halloween party did combine in the fair, which meant all the fair games from the fair party came into this party. Many old room designs, actually only one old room design, came back, and that was the lab office room design. And it was actually really, really cool. So, with that being said, yep, I'll show you right now. Yep, all the old room designs came back. Well, most of them were actually all brand new, which is probably why you could have seen that by now. Yep, all these room designs were brand new alongside inside the fair games, which is why I absolutely love it. So yeah. Yep, almost every single one of the rooms, all the rooms except for the lab office were completely new, and I just love it. So, yeah. Now, with the fair games being combined in, it made it even better. So what you had to do was, of course, there were Halloween tickets, of course. Mainly that you could just earn tickets by playing all the games. Of course, like usual, the skyscraper came back. However, it had a little twist. It combined both the 2015 and 2016 parts of the skyscraper into exactly one. So, as you can see here, most of all of those actually did come back. But this was actually the first time that you ever saw the 2015 room designs. However, it technically actually wasn't. Mainly just because, well, some part of the 2016 one actually got combined into this. So, yeah. And also, we did do the same thing with this in 2019, but it was a little different. So anyway. Oh, and by the way, I think these skyscraper rooms are actually still in the lab right now. So yeah, that's one thing. But yep, the skyscraper came back like usual. It was actually really, really cool. And I know we're going to bring this back again next year, of course, like usual. And yeah, there was still a lot with the skyscraper. Even though I still technically got to take it down in present day Zoazap 2. But that's until we do after Skyscraper Showdown. Until then, again, all fair games came back, and this is kind of what they looked like. See? Look, all fair games came back. It was actually really cool. It was really fun just to play around the lab, playing all the fair games, alongside looking at all the amazing Halloween decorations. This event was totally a success. I hope we do this again. I hope we combine the fair with another event. Maybe we could do maybe we could combine the fair into a Christmas event. But we can't do that this year because we've already had the fair in February. Maybe we could do it next year for the 6th Christmas party. Yeah, maybe. But for now, though, yep, we just combined the fair with the Halloween party, and it was an absolute huge success. Hope we do this again with another event, because that would be super cool. Aside from that, let's move on to the next event. However, I should actually mention to you, on November 9th, 2018, we shut down the original Zoids app free. And the reason we did this was because it stopped loading on October 29, 2018. So, with that being said, we were actually forced to shut down the original Zoids app free. And, oh man, it's actually crazy. And here's proof. And yes, I am showing the footage of when I shut it down originally. And this was the whole reason it shut down. On October 29th, 2018, the world stopped loading forever, which caused us to once again shut it down. And here is footage of me shutting it down. Here we go. Wait, hold on. Let me show you. Where's the footage? Wait, where is the freaking footage? Oh, there it is! Yep, here's the footage right here when I deleted it, because it stopped loading. I swear, if I do this to Legos Island, I'm not going to be happy. Which, I am never doing this to Legos Island. Never. I am never deleting a live, ever. It will always remain forever, and it will never be deleted. So, yep, that's a little fun fact. And, yeah. The next event, guys, is an event that you guys actually never saw. And that was none other than the Adventure Party. Which I hope we actually do one in the future. Now, no, in fact, I did have my face cam on during this video. But it was technically known as the Legos Island episode. Now, the Adventure Party you guys never saw, only just because of the fact that, well, first off, the lab was corrupted at the time. And yeah, but I can tell you technically what it was about. Basically, you had to combine, you had to climb a bunch of trees to be able to grab various adventure objects to get rid of the vines. Basically, the whole lab was covered in vines, and you had to climb all the trees and collect various items to stop the vines from taking over the lab. After so, the vines would start to disappear, and the whole lab would go back to normal. The event started on November 9th and came to an end on the 23rd. So yeah. Well, actually, the event actually ended on November 29th when the lab got corrupted, so I was out free. Now, it wasn't completely corrupted, though. The only thing it was actually corrupted for was actually just the lab building itself. Nothing else in the world was corrupted on this day, but it also got rid of the Adventure Party, which I guess was a good thing because it needed to be gone anyway, but its original end date was November 23rd, but it actually ended on November 29th instead, once we found out that the lab was corrupted again. So, with that being said, let's move on to the last event of the year, the Christmas party. This was the last event of the year. So, yep, that's what I wrote for that. So, yep, the Christmas party 2018, you guys. Well, the whole purpose of this, well, actually, let me tell you the dates really quick. The event started on December 6th and came to an end on January 3rd. Well, basically December 6th, 2018, and ended January 3rd, 2019. The whole purpose of this was to, of course, obviously celebrate Christmas. However, I decided to incorporate a brand new feature of the party. Yeah, there we go. Incorporate a brand new feature into the party. Basically, this time, and I'm also planning to bring this back into this year's Christmas party, coming up on December 19th. Yes, which that's also a Thursday. Thursday, December 19th is when this year's is going to start. But last year started on Thursday, December 6th, I forgot to mention. But the whole purpose of this was, again, to celebrate Christmas. But again, a new feature was incorporated, which was the railroad game. The whole purpose of the railroad game was to go on a railroad and try to score in as many donations as possible while riding the railroads. Each week, a new railroad would unlock, meaning there would be more actions of the game. Basically, these games would get harder and harder as the weeks went on, as more railroads unlocked. So, basically, the railroads Well, the first one was the blue one on December 6th. The second one was the red one on December 13th. The third one was the green one on December 20th. And the fourth one was the yellow one on December 27th. Then again on January 3rd, 2019, it ended. So, yep, there was a lot in this party. And let me give you a simple screenshot or footage of this game. Check it out. I'll show you footage for the other ones too. So your goal was to actually officially get like 3 donations in while riding the railroad. And it was actually a pretty simple game, to be honest. Going over the lab, you could easily see how difficult this was. I again hope to bring it back in this year's Christmas party, as it was a lot of fun to create last year. Of course, obviously positioning railroads completely different, so I'm not copying last year. Although I think I still have some of the railroads actually still buried under the lab. So I guess we could still bring back the game, but I don't know. We'll see. But yep, let me show you footage of the other railroads, just so it could be a little more different. Here is footage of the actual other railroads. Check it out. And also, let me give you footage. Let me actually give you the sound.
Oh no! This one is so much more complicated. Oh no, this one is so much more complicated. Yeah, each other. Because we do that, we are going to see if we can do this. So 3, 2, 1, and aim. Yes! No, I got that one back! That's not supposed to happen. Uh-oh, we're regaining them as we go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I got the wrong ones. There we go. Oh, right, hold on.
Alright, here's footage of the third one.
All 7 of these, and it says railroad free. Get 7 donations. So, guys, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Alright, now I need to hold this out. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. This is too fast. This is way too fast. I think I added too many rails. I think I added too many power rails. Yeah, I might need to fix that because I think I've added way too many power rails.
Considering the fact this was actually a pretty difficult game. But here's the fourth one. Should be obvious. Yeah, here is the 4th railroad game. Check it out.
Last 9 donations in this thing. So yeah, in 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah, that is actually one thing I actually did forget. And we're definitely going to get in here no matter what. Whoa, is it just me, or am I actually forgetting to put these in? And by the way, guys, my last video of the day, won't have my voice in it, of course, because I said that only one of today's videos would have my voice in it, and that's this. Alright, that's one. Are you kidding? Did I forget to really plug all these in? Ah, we need that 9th one back. But that's actually right here. Please tell me I did not forget any more. Good.
But you get the point. So yep, this was all really cool. And yep, the advent calendar came back for the 4th time like usual. And of course, we'll come back in this year's Christmas party as well. I really am actually wanting to bring the Railroad game back into this year's Christmas party. Guys, comment down below. Should I bring back the Railroad game into this year's Christmas party? Comment down below if I should do so. And with that being said, that is all for the lab events in 2018. As you can see, this did not take me as long as before, even though now considering the fact that it is now 12:09 a.m., yeah, I am gonna upload this and shut down my laptop for the night and go to sleep because I gotta go to church tomorrow because, well, now it's Sunday. So I will see all of you guys tomorrow for more videos such as the Sunday vlog, Legos Island, and finally, but not least, well, actually, there might even be a point that I might even do Operation ESL/UFO Party. And also, finally, another episode of my Minecraft creation. So basically, no CPPS videos tomorrow. Yep. Anyway, aside from that, goodbye! And the next time you'll see one of these Saturday stories about the lab is January 4th, 2019. No, January 4th, 2020. When I tell you guys all about this year's event in 2019. Alright everyone, that is all.